Well, here we are again, another amazing webinar. We're very excited to have all of you join us today. We are waiting for people to trickle in. They are starting to log on. It's looking really great. And we have three incredible properties today. Incredible. We have been talking about it for the last week and a half, and now it's really happening, and it's very, very exciting. We're starting in Tuscany, which of course is the birthplace of the Renaissance, and all of us love Tuscany, and we're going to Sicily, which is another incredible part of Italy that if you haven't been to, you absolutely must go in your lifetime. It is spectacular. And then we're going all the way up north to the Dolomites, which are the Italian Alps, which are another spectacular part of Italy. So we are traveling all the way through it today, and we're welcoming three amazing properties. To give you a little bit of information about us, I'm Renee Strauss, and my daughter, Pamela Goldman, and I started Wedaways about 5 years ago. It was a passion project that grew out of the love of weddings and travel and all things luxury. And we have a very dynamic search engine that features over 220 international properties in 25 countries. And it's a great tool that wedding planners, consumers, and travel agents can use to look up their dream destinations and get lots and lots of inspiration. And we have our travel side of the business that Pamela runs with her assistant team. And we work with wedding planners and consumers. We do venue searches, site inspection bookings, room block bookings, ground transfers, and guest excursions for weddings and honeymoons all around the world. So it's a very, very exciting and dynamic business. And those of you who have not had a chance to work with us yet, we hope that you do give us a chance to help you grow your business. And if you look at wedaways.com, you'll see we have a special page just for wedding planners to share with you a lot about what we do, as well as we're very proud to say under the About Us section, we have amazing testimonials from partners that have allowed us to be of service, and we are honored to be of service to you and your clients. So we thank you humbly very much for the opportunity. And now we're going to get into the good part. We are here with three amazing properties today in Italy. We will be visiting Borgo San Felice in Tuscany, and Danilo Guerini will be representing that for us. And then we're going to go south to the beautiful island of Sicily, to Monaci della Terre Nere, and Giovanna Manganero is going to be sharing her property with us. And then we're going all the way north to the Dolomites in the Italian Alps to see this incredible Castel Fragsburg, which will be shared with us by Inez Grossa. And we are just blown away by this. So thank you all for being here. Danilo, I'm going to give you a little bit more introduction. Danilo is the head of the Italian delegation for Relais Chateaux. All three properties today belong to Relais Chateaux, and that is a phenomenal organization. And Danilo, we are going to let you take it away.
So, buongiorno. Buongiorno, everybody. Buongiorno, Renee. Thank you for the presentation. You make us very proud about, wow, smiling, because, you know, yeah, that's Italy. So we traveled from the north to the south. This is Italy. For mentioning Relais Chateaux, we are a family. Relais Chateaux is an international association born in France in 1954. But more than today, it's a powerful association because represent our hotel family. So we are really a family. It's an association where all the customer and the staff are the family members. Today, more than ever, stronger together worldwide, 580 properties in the world. The Italian delegation is the third one in the world after France and United States, because the United States represent the second delegation in the world. But today we are now working stronger together for our next future. So we are quite ready to start again our normal life, we hope. So thank you very much again for the introduction. It's an honor to be here with all of you. We started in Tuscany. So Danilo Guerrini, I'm the proud general manager or maître de maison for Relais Chateaux of Hotel Borgo San Felice. Is a location based in Tuscany. Now I will share the screen to start the presentation. The location, as you probably know, René mentioned the Renaissance region. So the long-term history of Tuscany, since the Medici family. We are just located south of Florence. Obviously, Florence, the main city, we are in the countryside. So 1 hour, 10 minutes south of Florence, just 20 minutes northeast of Siena. Siena, very famous for the pine, the horses race. So we are in the hills, the southeast hills of the Chianti Classico wine denomination. Borgo San Felice or San Felice is an original Tuscany hamlet of the medieval age. Today represent hospitality and wine production. So we are a wine resort. Located, as I mentioned, 20 minutes northeast of Siena. The main airport is Florence, the regional airport. As you can see here on the map, south, the international hub for us is Rome, 2.5 hours time to join San Felice. Or today, Milan, the same, because with the fast track, we have the train joining Milan to Florence in 1 hour, 40 minutes. And we always organize a pickup service with limousine or other service, or by helicopter, because the property have the availability of a helipad. So lots of people love to be transferred by helicopter from the private airport of Grosseto, for instance. So the famous Tuscany countryside. The property, as you can see in this picture, we are surrounded by the vineyards that belong to us. And this is the hamlet. As you can see here, San Felice, as I mentioned before, is a real original Tuscany hamlet. All the buildings in this picture are original since the 18th century. Recently, started exactly on 2016, I'm in manager since 2015. 1 year later, we started a renovation plan. Today, and so we ended last year. We are now fixing some details, but today we have all the rooms completely renovated. I started 2019 for the first time. The entire hamlet is transformed is an hotel, because all the buildings are at the hotel disposal. So this is the main entrance. So the people arrive when you see here the car park. This is the main entrance with a reception. And then you start to visit the different areas. On the left side, where you see the pool, the heated pool, you have the terrace where we have a gastronomic restaurant named Poggio Rosso, where we serve breakfast and dinner. This is our gastronomic restaurant. Down here, you see the osteria. The osteria is the typical Tuscany restaurant where you enjoy the local food, where you exactly have the total full experience in our food. Because here we offer our wines, our extra virgin olive oil, our vegetables, because we have a big vegetable garden. That is a very special project that I will mention later. The pasta. We are in Italy first. We are in Tuscany. Our peachy pasta, handmade, is the place where we organize parties, obviously, too. And all the other buildings are hosting rooms, a spa. Outside the hamlet, obviously, outside of the picture, you will see better in the second, here you see the map, the overview. On the right side is all the wine production. As I mentioned, we are a wine resort. So the full experience at Borgo is hospitality, food experience, and wine. So our company produced the Chianti Classico, the wine denomination of Chianti Classico locally, but we own 2 more wine estates, one in Montalcino, the famous Brunello di Montalcino, and one in Bolgheri, the famous Super Tuscany. So all the people stay in the hotel, can enjoy at the wine house all so specifically the three most important Tuscany wine denominations. We produce about 1,340,000 bottles per season. This is a general overview of the hamlet. So you can easily understand why people frequently just on arrival in Borgo fell in love immediately with the place. Because you jump in the Tuscany history. As you can see, all the buildings, being original, are under the protection of the Italian authorities. So every time we have a renovation, we need the permission by the authorities. So each single stone is original since the 17th century. And is the perfect place to organize a wedding. Specifically, the biggest wedding, we offer the place with a bay out. Try to imagine this place like your house, your private home. You are the owner for the 2-3 days you are renting the place, and you are welcoming your friends for the best or the most important days of your life. So this is an overview. This is, as you can see here in the back, this is the bell tower. We have a church specifically for Catholic weddings. Frequently, all the open areas are at disposal, specifically with the bay out. The bay out, we require the bay out specifically for the biggest event because we manage small weddings with 10 to 15 people. Easier just to manage the same wedding, small wedding with a private customer. But the biggest event, obviously, we require the bay out. And the bay out is magic because we enjoy the days with you, with the couples having the wedding. This is the square overview. In front of us, we have the private chapel. This is an historical chapel owned by the family that on the 17th century started building the hamlet. So the Grisaldi del Taia family were the owner just after the Second World War. Today, the property is owned by a German company. On the back side of the chapel, you see the wine house. This is the wine house where we offer wine tasting. We have the cellars, the complete full wine experience. In this square, frequently, we can organize a ceremony in front of the chapel, for instance, or it's amazing to organize a wedding dinner. Because the wedding dinner open air, specifically in the summer, in the square is amazing. So this is a night overview of the square. This is the main square. This is the main building, the historical building owned by the Grisaldi del Taia family. This is this picture gives you the idea about the atmosphere. So this is the meeting point. All our customers, every time they are spending their holidays with us, the meeting point is the square. So let's have an aperitif this evening. I'll see you in the square at 7 p.m. and then they jump in the terrace to enjoy an aperitif by the pool. As I mentioned, we renovated all the rooms. Taking the occasion, we reorganized completely all the room categories. This is the entry level, the superior room, a new style. So our philosophy is we are in the countryside, we are in Tuscany. With the architect, we studied specifically our customer feeling. We ask our customer, loyalty customer, any suggestion. What's your preferred idea? What's the idea of the room you want to find visiting Tuscany? Because the Tuscany style doesn't exist really. We have Tuscany, we are in Tuscany, the countryside. So we have decided to have a very easy country chic style. That means warm atmosphere, spaces, colors connecting with the countryside. So taking care, last year we have the best feedback ever because all the customers were very enthusiastic about the renovation. So as you can see here in the picture, Tuscany colors, all the bathroom with travertino marble. That's very typical from this area. We have a village not far from San Felice, about half an hour driving distance, named Rapolano, and the Travertino caves are famous after the Carrara marble, obviously. The premium deluxe category, as you can see, more spaces available, all the main services that it's not important to mention because being a 5-star hotel, the mini bar, etc., is quite evident at disposal. In this picture, you see a premium deluxe, and this door here next to the windows is a connecting door. So we have the maximum flexibility to host families. As you can see here in the prestige room is the category that for us is the junior suite, just to understand. You see at the end of this corridor an open door connecting with another premium deluxe. This is the confirmation that we have the maximum flexibility specifically for families, because along the summer season frequently we have families here in the property. Another prestige category, as you can see here, totally refreshed, totally renovated. All the rooms, all the bathroom in Travertino, majority of them with walk-in shower. Where the space is available, we have a bathtub and walk-in shower. Suites. Today, for the first time, we have more suites than a premium deluxe. So in total, 60 rooms, the entire hamlet, 29 between superior and premium deluxe, and the other 31 are between prestige and suites. These are the suites. As you can see here, you have the bedroom separated with a sitting room area, the bathroom, the amazing view we offer with the windows here in this bathroom. Here you have the bathtub, on the other side you have the walk-in shower. And this is the Legnaia suite. This is the suite where actually I'm located. The background of myself here, I'm in the sitting room of the suite Legnaia, lucky me. This is the first floor with a nice bedroom, with an amazing bathroom. On the ground floor, we have the sitting room you see on my back side and the amazing private garden with this patio where we offer the opportunity, the customer enjoying any breakfast, any dinner, or specifically a spa treatment, because the top suite have the opportunity to have a special spa menu available and enjoy in the relaxing area surrounded by the vineyards at the sunset. This is not bad. This is normally during any event. This is the suite loggia, is the dreaming place for the bride specifically, because it can be transformed in a 2-bedroom suite. You see here at the bottom the bathtub in the sitting room just to get relaxed, but very important, the location. You are in the square. So if you have the ceremony in the square, you have this amazing terrace where you prepare the moment where the bride walks down the steps, enjoying directly the square where the chapel is. So it's a very magic moment. So it's a magic moment that you walk down the steps and you join the square where all your friends is waiting for you, and your quite in a not future, but in a minute or half an hour time, room is waiting for you. And then you move to the restaurant area, because as I mentioned, we have food and wine experience. So at the moment, so the Poggio Rosso, the main restaurant, this is the huge terrace where we can organize in a specific event the aperitif, having the dinner in the square, for instance. This is our normal life, is the gastronomic restaurant. As I mentioned, is a breakfast, open for breakfast and dinner. This year now totally renovated. As you see here, we have an indoors area and an outdoor area. Obviously in the summer, majority of the time we serve breakfast and dinner outside. Lucky us, because the weather specifically started spring and along the summer season and now extending in autumn is amazing. So we can have this amazing experience. Specifically, the tables you see here watching the pool are just west oriented. That means the sunset. So we have the sunset at dinner, watching, so the people stay having an aperitif, enjoying the dinner at the sunset here at the Poggio Rosso. The rose garden for any aperitif or private dinner, and the osteria grigio that I mentioned before. The area, the amazing typical area where this is two small terraces where we host 80 people, 80 covers. You can enjoy any dinner, but specifically during the events, you can rent this place for any after dinner or the party after dinner. And this is the place where you can enjoy, obviously, the typical Tuscany kitchen, pizza. We are in Italy, no pizza, no Italy, sorry. But specifically, we enjoy the activities because this is the kitchen in the osteria where we organize the cooking classes. This is the kitchen table where during the normal activities, our customers are able to enjoy any lunch or dinner. But specifically, it's nice because it's like a cinema where you watch the stuff, you are in contact directly with the kitchen staff. and the kitchen staff is in charge to serve you during the dinner. So you have a live contact. The public areas. We have renovated all the public areas. This is the library and the bar hall area. We have two bars, one indoor, one outside by the pool. This is the indoor bar and the common areas next to the reception area. Very, very important, obviously, as I mentioned before, the wine house and the cellar. So the wine house, totally renovated, is hosting our wine museum, connecting directly the cellars, where we are able to organize dinners too. So you can have next to this, this is the first cellar area. At the bottom you see our hero, Il Grigio. Il Grigio is our top Chianti Classico wine, very famous worldwide, specifically because it's connecting on the West Coast, specifically in California, became very popular, taking a movie. That is Dr. Lecter. Probably anybody of you can remember the Silent Lane. This is the area where we can organize aperitif during the wedding. We can organize any piazza dinner, specifically if the weather is not nice in spring, late spring and autumn. This is our Eno Museum. This is the location where we experience with me, for instance, as Maître de Maison and our customer, a very special moment with our winemaker, resuming the history of our wine production and specifically enjoying a good glass of wine. This is just some example, the premium line. The premium line represented the Poggio Rosso, our Gran Selezione produced here in San Felice, the Vigorello. Vigorello is the first super Tuscan, historically created in Tuscany in the Chianti Classico on the same year, 1968, of the Sassicaia. You probably know better the Sassicaia. Pugnitello is our diamond. It's another autochthon grapes, again in production, thank you San Felice, because we have a collaboration with the three main wine university here in Tuscany, Siena, Florence, and Pisa. And the Havane, our Chardonnay. Havane is a name connecting with the Etruscan history, because Italy, as you know, have a very long-term history. The Etruscan history means more than 2,000 years ago. The Tuscan spirit was born 2,000 years ago. That's why sometimes we are very rude. So these are our wines. I hope to have the chance very soon to enjoy with all of you. Relaxing areas. So the heated swimming pool, open air, as you can see here next to the terrace of the Poggio Rosso. The bar here next to the pool, the people are allowed during, for instance, for lunch, we can have a light lunch just next to the pool, next to the bar by the pool. During any wedding, we can organize any party, any aperitif around the pool, obviously. And the main activities that we offer on the place. So obviously, we are in the heart of the Chianti Classico, the famous Chianti Shire. So Chianti Shire is very popular with the cyclists. So it's a cycling paradise. So the Fuseroica race taking place every year. So we have thousands of cyclists joining us worldwide just to experience the Chianti Classico hills. So tennis activities, we have the gym area, the outdoor activities by bike. We have rental bikes, we have e-bikes too. We can organize during any wedding all the activities with guides. For instance, horse racing, testing in other wine production next to the properties. Picnic, because we can organize any during a wedding frequently, not a lunch, but a huge, nice picnic open air next to the vineyards, for instance. It's amazing as opportunity. Very light picnic, people enjoy because are just activities just to get relaxed. And with our winemaker, on the same time, we can organize barrel tasting specifically for groups of people during a wedding, or just a race between the people that are taking to be sommelier. Relax or trekking. Relax means our botanic spa. So the spa I mentioned is in the property. 4 cabins. This is the suite for couple treatments. We have special amenities offered for this for the couple getting married, obviously. Relaxing area. We have a new project for next year. We'll have a natural product. The idea is just to have our product very soon. ready, specifically using our grapes, the wine. So because we offer the opportunity to enjoy the wine therapy in the property. The humid area, obviously, the sauna, the Turkish bath, but in general, this is the main argument that we are here. Weddings event. I love just to show you just to jump in the argument and just to arrive by the hand the emotion of some picture for specific events we have along the years, in the last 4 years. This is a very easy example, very easy, small event. This was a wedding with 20 people, if I remember correctly, 2 years ago, main square in front of the chapel. The setup in the terrace of Poggio Rosso, the view, the couple, bride and groom working after the wedding in the vineyards for the photo shooting, or the amazing moments we share after the wedding. Marquees, specifically if the people love to stay outside the square or next to the square, depending the weather conditions, specifically depending the period, and the fireworks, all the activities we can organize, because having specifically the exclusive use, the buyout of the hamlet, you can have any type of activity, music or fireworks. Obviously, we have a specific team in the property. We have an event organizer. We have an event coordinator, sorry, assisting the wedding planners, assisting, for instance, Pamela. We are in contact with Pamela, with Wedaways. We offer the opportunity to be the link with all the local companies that offers the services like catering, like for instance fireworks, like ice cream catering, etc., etc. Photographs. Here the fireworks, the biggest event we have about 3 years ago with the amazing show we had. 50 minutes. This moment was about. And oh, sorry. On the left side, you see the main square setup for the wedding dinner. On the right side, you see the pergolato area. This is the rehearsal dinner in a typical Tuscany style. So this is a very magic moment. You see, for instance, our staff member with a special uniform, just to recreate 100% the Tuscany atmosphere. And this is your house. So this is very important. Obviously, we organize meetings in the property. We have some areas where we are able just to have this setup. This is the Sala Barberi. This is the setup we have sometimes with companies. At the same time, these two areas can be used, for instance, for the plan B in case of rain, for instance, for the music, for the after dinner, for the couples. And obviously here you see, as we mentioned before, proud Relais Chateaux associated since because the hotel opened on 1990. We've been associated Relais Chateaux 1992. And we are actually Virtuoso members. We are proud Virtuoso members. And you see Fine Hotel and Resort, Travel Make, collection. Very, very important. We are proud to be in collaboration with Renee, Pamela, Wedaways, because along the years we follow each other in this amazing experience, and they are at your disposal for any other information. But I love to thanks, and it's time now, I believe, Renee, I don't know if you have any questions, but it's now time to fly to Sicily, probably.
We have to fly to Sicily, and we might have to hold our questions because we have a strict amount of time. Danilo, thank you. That was amazing. Of course, we all want to come and visit you ASAP, as soon as possible. But you're right. We are going to fly to Sicily now, and Giovanna Manganaro is going to show us Monaci della Terre Nere.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm very honored to make this presentation, and I thank you very much, Renee and Pamela, for our long time friendship, not only for business. I start immediately to share my screen. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, my name is Giovanna. I'm the general manager of Monaci delle Terre Nere. the maître de maison, as we proudly joined this association in October 2019. And just a few words, because we really feel that we share with Relais Chateaux the same philosophy and the same way of making hospitality. So we really want to share with all our guests this new way of hosting guests, which is not only selling rooms, but it's sharing the tradition, the history, what we really love to and why we do this job, which is really, I mean, the way we share again our the tradition, what we feel it's hospitality. Sorry. Just one moment, there is something wrong. Okay, here we are. Okay, welcome to Monaci delle Terre Nere, which is located in Sicily, eastern side of the island. You have to fly to Catania Airport, which is far, only 45 minutes driving. We have a very special location, only 25 minutes far from famous Taormina. So as you can see, we are still in Mount Etna area, but only 500 meters above the sea level, which you will see in the pictures what does it means. I mean, it's countryside, but it's by the sea. So as very strategical position, which makes us a very good alternative to Taormina, for example, which is I live in Taormina, so I love Taormina, but for the accommodation, it would mean finding a quiet place, not really in the middle of nowhere, very close to all the main cities and point of interest in eastern Sicily. Mount Etna, just a few words about the most active volcano. Sorry, my presentation is going by itself. The most active volcano in Europe. It's a UNESCO heritage, and it's a place of great energy. I mean, everyone has to make this experience once in their life, because having the chance to see such a live volcano, which is again by the sea, it's absolutely a unique experience. Of course, famous Taormina. I choose this picture because you can see how close is to Mount Etna. So it's really a journey that you can think and you can dream just choosing Monaci delle Terre Nere. And of course, the bays all around. This is the famous bays in Acitrezza, which is not only the Bay of Taormina, it's a rocky bay with a great history. And the message is you go in the countryside, but at the same time, you can enjoy the seaside. Here we are. Monaci delle Terre Nere is a country boutique hotel, a wine estate, a farmhouse. Everything started in 2012 when the owner, Guido Coffa, decided to move from the US and to start a small production of wines. He started with 6 rooms, and now Monaci delle Terre Nere is a Relais Chateaux and has 27 rooms, suites and villas. Immersed in the nature. Some pictures from, I choose this picture just to show you how the nature is part of the experience. We are in the countryside, but it's not only the countryside, it's Mount Etna. You will see it from the scenario. Everything is green, is black, and is blue. And that's really a magic combination. And I would say in Sicily, it's something quite unexpected. So the hotel is a scattered hotel. You will see this is the swimming pool area with the pool restaurant, the pool bar behind, and in this empty space, now we have a new restaurant, which is completely new. We didn't, we didn't have the chance to welcome anyone yet, but we can't wait to. It's a multifunctional area, just immersed in the orange and lemon trees areas, and it's all made by by glasses. So it can host not only weddings, but also meetings. And it was something that we really missed before, because as you will see, you will choose Monaci because of the many outside areas. But of course, we would need a backup area, but not only a backup. Now we have a regular place which has a second floor, which will be a terrace. So, and the sea is just in front, while the volcano is just on the back. That's one of my favorite pictures, because you can see how peaceful, relaxing, beautiful, green, and different is this place. It's a combination, it's a perfect combination among the nature, the authentic, as we do support the local producers. So everything in the restoration of the old farmhouses has been done following the principle of the bioarchitecture, which is really a strong philosophy. I will show you later. So the only, the common area is the main building, which is an old baronial Sicilian house, dates back to the 18th century, in which we have the reception, the restaurant on the first floor, the fine dining restaurant. We have a small boutique, the convivium bar, and a palmento. I will go back to the palmento very soon. In this picture, you will see outside is the area in which we normally do the check-in, as everything is personalized at Monaci delle Terre Nere. You have to think about a hotel which is a house with professionals which are really informal, which are really welcoming in the spirit of Sicilian hospitality. And so as soon as you arrive, you really leave your routine atmosphere and you feel like at home away from home. And it's not only a word. You will see this, Our Lady, which is Katia, she's having a check-in at the moment. So you will see a glass of our wines, because we do also produce wines. And we do this personalized check-in because the property has to be showed. Up here, under the pine trees, we normally serve the breakfast. So just to show you how all the spaces of the properties are. This is one picture of Locanda Nerello restaurant. It's the fine dining restaurant, and it's built up on the first floor of the Sicilian house, which means, the Sicilian house were built up with small rooms, one after one another. And that's the same, it's like a house hosting our guests. And talking about the food is just absolutely is not an issue, it's just an experience. We do have a concept bar. Even that's our barman, one of our barmans, and it's very interesting because even the cocktails made at Monaci delle Terre Nere, most of them, they're made using our fruits and herbs. So we just try to involve the clientele even in the preparation of the cocktails. So we do have a very special cocktail masterclass, which is lasting 3 hours, which starts in the herbs garden, go after to the laboratory in which the barman is teaching our guests how to make the essences, and then to the bar, at the bar, to make the cocktail. As well as we will have, starting from this year, a personal bartender service in your room. You can have your bartender for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours in your room, making your special favorite cocktail. By the pool, we do have the pool bar, which is, the pool restaurant, which is open normally only for lunch, and in which we have a light menu considering the fine dining restaurant. And let me tell you that 70% of what we use in our kitchen is produced at Monaci. We do produce wines, olive oil, we do produce all the vegetables, all the fruits, and it's not only a simple production. What the owner did is trying to find the dead seeds, not only about the grapes, but also fruits, and very autochthon, and making a study with the University of Catania. We are proud now to have some extinct grapes and even some kind of fruits belonging to the area, which are not foundable anywhere else but in Monaci. So this is the pool area. And this picture just shows you how the colors change during the day. For example, we do have the sun rise with an orange sun. So according to this, our guests, they can have a private breakfast in front of the sunset from the terrace of the restaurant. 27 rooms, suites and villas scattered all around the property. As you can see, those were all farmhouses that has been converted into luxury rooms and suites. The external of these houses has been kept as it was. So the scenario of the property is like going back to the ancient times, as we really try to maintain all the all the external, while inside it's a combination of modern architecture, you will see. So the villas are completely independent. The suites might belong to more than, you will see, here we have 5 suites belonging to one unique farmhouse or farmhouse. Any of the suite of the room has its own private garden. And starting from this year, we built 7 private swimming pools belonging to all the villas and all the estate suite. The estate suites normally has 2 bathrooms and 2 sleeping rooms. And you will see all these private. This is the Monaci villa, which has this panorama. That is why we decided not to have television in the rooms. You can understand why. I mean, it's not required. You can really switch off coming to Monaci and connect with the nature. At the same time, all the furnitures are absolutely high design from Italian designers. And you will see all the materials used to make the rooms come from the area. For example, the ceiling and the floor are made with Etna chestnut wood. Okay, and all the painting, we do not use any chemical paintings. So everything has been built with an eye to the ecology. We are bio-certified estate, and we are one of the first bio-certified estate in Sicily. You will see any of the room is different. Talking about a wedding, we strongly recommend to choose the buyout formula for many reasons. But one of these reasons is that the organizers, the wedding planners, they can really try to assign each room to each guest according to their own wishes, because some of the rooms, they are very, very modern. Some others, they are very traditional. This is lava stone on the walls. And you will see in front the view. Any of the room has sea views. You see this, for example, in this room, we have lava stone on this wall, and all the windows, they are from the floor to the ceiling, and the light is, I mean, you see, the nature is the is the boss. It's all around, and it's really an experience. I love to say that Monaci delle Terre Nere, it's a very chic place. It's not rustic, absolutely, but it's very natural. It's a combination. It's an amazing combination. This is one of our suites with the tube, in the floor, and this amazing view. And outside here, we are going to have a private swimming pool. This is another house. I mean, any of the room has something very special. And Guido Coffa, the owner, is also fond of art. So his painting collection is inside each of the rooms. So you will find very unique pieces. This is one of the most amazing room we have. It was a palmento. Palmento was the place in which, in the ancient times, normally we're collecting the grapes and then push the grapes with feet and then leave the wine just to leave the grapes to become wine. And it becomes a room with a floating bed. And it's really something I really believe it's not so easy to find. And for a wedding, it's like a dream. Okay, imagine 62 acres property just for you and your guests. Anyone can have his own room, and they are very far one from each other. So some of our bride and grooms, they did parties before. They did parties in the rooms. They make even, normally we do require a 2-night stay for the buyout, but normally our weddings, they are staying with us for 4 nights. Not only because,
we need to be mindful of the time because our planner gave us a few minutes. So, and we cannot miss Castel Fragsburg. So maybe, there we go. We'll see the pictures.
Okay, let's have a look. I mean, what I have to say is amazing. 400 square meters. This is Il Giardino delle Feste. Think that you can make any kind of setup because there are no limitations. So you can think about a private party, country style or Sicilian style. You see all the lava all around, and that's really, I mean, you can have this property and you can choose any of the areas at your own desire. We do have a wedding specialist in the property, and most important, we have the permission to celebrate civil weddings. So you can do with all the documents, etc. So this is and all the landscapes that you can have, of course, parties after the ceremony. And just a few words about the experiences. As I told you, Monaci delle Terre Nere is absolutely an experience hotel. So don't miss the cooking class. Don't miss to meet Marco, our sommelier, for a wine tasting. Don't miss the chef for a cooking class. He's going to guide you in the garden. And we do have the helipad. So don't miss a tour of Mount Etna from the helicopter. And of course, yoga and horse riding. And the latest, I mean, Gea is our event manager and Francesco is the food and beverage manager. They will follow you or your guest during starting from the first contact until the last moment of your celebration, because we do manage by heart and with people all our meetings. So you're more than welcome to come, absolutely more than welcome for a next farm trip. Of course, deal with Pamela for everything. We will be at your disposal. Thank you very much for your time.
Grazie a lei. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. We have a lot of questions. We have to hold them to the end. We are going to go all the way north to the Dolomites. Inez, Castel Fragsburg is something also extremely unique. Take it away, Inez.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. And thank you for joining this webinar today. I'm going to try to keep it short as we don't have a lot of time yet. Yes, my name is Ines, as you might have heard. I'm the hotel manager at Castel Fragsburg. And first of all, okay, I would like to give you a very brief overview of the history of Castel Fragsburg. It was built in 1624 as a noble hunting lodge. It has then been acquired by the Ortner family. It is now owned and run in the third generation by the Ortner family. It now consists of Fragsburg Maternum, which is the mother house, so to say, the hotel, and Fragsburg Paternum, which is an old night chateau from the 13th century, which Mr. Ortner recently bought. You can see it on the right-hand side. It has been empty for over 30 years now, so it really needs to be renovated, but we are right now working on making the gardens accessible for our guests, which gives us great opportunities for the future in terms of ceremonies, weddings, events. The gardens can actually be used right now for receptions, or also a perfect magic spot for taking pictures, for example. So just that you know that there's something going on. We will also share it on our homepage, and we will also keep Wedaways updated with the latest info. Location, we're located in South Tyrol, which is supposed to be the hidden gem in Italy. The Dolomites, the Italian Alps, a lot of castles and palaces, over 50 mountain peaks reaching over 3,000 meters, palm trees and forests, so where the Mediterranean meets the Alpine, earthiness, so to say. More specific, we're located on a hill overlooking the spa town of Merano, which you can see here. There's a little map, so you can see Merano in the very north of Italy, basically close to the border of Austria. Closest airport, Innsbruck and Verona, with a 2-hour drive. Munich is around 3.5 hours. Train station, Merano, 20 minutes. There's a private airport in Bolzano, which is 45 minutes. We are happy to arrange airport transportation, but it's always best to have a car. It's the easiest way to get along in the area. A quick introduction to the property. I'd like to show you some pictures. We always say Castel Fragsburg is floating above the crowns of century-old trees as a noble bridge between heaven and earth. It combines history, elegance, beauty and spirituality into an exquisite fine art of living. It's a boutique retreat for gourmets, romantics, and wellness lovers. Guests experience what money can't buy, which we call soul luxury. Then I would like to show you our property map. You can see that the gardens take a big or play a big role as we are open from April to November. I mean, not this season, but usually, yes, the garden plays a very big role. You can see, for example, the rose garden, which is perfect for ceremonies, our panoramic lawn down here, or also the panoramic terraces. Basically, from everywhere, you have like the amazing view into the mountains and over the valley. Some basic information about weddings. It's also, we are trying to convince guests to do the exclusive use. With a minimum stay of 2 nights, we can host a maximum of 100 guests for banqueting. 40 guests can stay in the hotel directly. For all the rest, we are more than happy to find accommodation nearby. We're also doing individual ceremonies on request in the Rose Garden or in our restaurant Prezioso with a maximum of 20 guests. We are a little bit restricted in terms of music and closing hours here, as we need to make sure that every guest can enjoy their stay to the fullest. wedding and event planning support on site. It's me and my colleague Ruth. We're working with a lot of vendors in the area. Our pastry chef on site is more than happy to do the wedding cake. As I mentioned before, transportation service is available, and our chef Egon is always creating a personal wedding menu together with the couple. Okay. Yes, now with Fragsburg Paternum, we have over 50,000 square meters, ferry park for around 40 guests. So exclusive use means you have these 50,000 square meters only for you. The hotel garden with its heated pool, jacuzzi, and the sunbathing lawn, and the Fragsburg forest, which is the park of the Relais Chateaux, where we now create a sensoric oasis with adventure paths to feel the intensity of this nature power place. A picture of our heated outdoor pool. We call it Imperial Pool Oasis, surrounded by vineyards and mountains. There you go. Our canopy bed in the hotel's garden. Perfect place for honeymooners, newlyweds, just as romantic as it gets. That's how a wedding dinner could look like on our terrace. And that's the panoramic lawn where we've done ceremonies, which I told you before. Another nice picture of the couple. Again, but you've seen that before. I just realized that that's the same picture. Sorry. A short break into our rooms. We have 20 suites only. The tower suite, which is perfect for honeymooners, for example. It consists of 2.5 floors, but it has like an amazing rooftop terrace. We have junior suites, deluxe suite, royal suites. The royal suites are usually used by couples and honeymooners as well. Some of them also have panoramic bathtubs and infrared cabins. Also here, it's very important to say that each room is different in style and furniture. But each room has a balcony and or a rooftop terrace. Here you can see our sanctuarium, which is our tree hut located right at the cliff overlooking the valley, where we offer yoga, meditation, and breath work and other courses in sacred arts. Especially brides and grooms, honeymooners love to do private courses here in the sanctuarium. Later in the future, we're also going to offer these courses, of course, in the Relais Chateaux. Our spa is called first alchemistic Spa Castellum Natura, which we invented 4 years ago. It's a special concept as we are doing all our care elixirs freshly in-house. We prepare them only with hand-picked organic flowers, herbs, minerals, and precious oils. We are working together with Renate. You can see her here. She's a modern alchemist, nutritionist, and nature healing expert. She's preparing all the elixirs. We also have an own beauty line, our Fragsburg 100% organic beauty line. But Renate is the one who is creating special healing beauty rituals to absorb the pure magic and power of the mountains, forests, and flowers. And she is always talking to the guests before, and then she's going to create the special beauty rituals. Brides and also grooms love to talk to her and do the beauty ritual before they get married.
That's right.
Restaurants. 2 restaurants basically, the hotel restaurant Orangerie and the gourmet restaurant Prezioso for, of course, breakfast and wedding dinners, ceremonies, and candlelight dinners for honeymooners. It's maybe important to mention that we can open all the windows inside, so it seems like you were sitting outside, even though it might rain, which is not often the case during summertime. Okay, next slide. Where is it? Can you see it? Ah, yeah, there we go. No, no. I'm sorry. It's Renee. Could you? Okay. Our chef Egon is a Michelin-starred chef. He's South Tyrolean from the Passeria Valley. He's really very much into traditions, but he has been around all over the world. So he really combines the alpine earthiness with Mediterranean opulence. He's getting most of his ingredients from our new project, which is our Soul Garden, which is a 2,000 square meter garden just behind the hotel, where we grow our own organic fruits and vegetables in association with a refugee initiative. And that's really his heart project. And yeah, actually a very nice project. Once in a lifetime experiences for honeymooners and newlyweds, for example, a helicopter flight over the Dolomites. We also have a helipad directly on the property, which makes it very easy and special. The Fragsburg biophilia experience where Renate takes our guests into a power place in the region, a nature power place, and explains practical basic information about healing local herbs, communicating with nature and its culinary treasures. She's not only doing the biophilia experience, but she's more than happy to offer a workshop for honeymooners and newlyweds. Another very special experience really for people who are getting married is a personalized blessing ritual with our Sacred Arts Muse, Belle Flora, to honor a special period or a new event of your life or the seed for a new venture. Our Sacred Arts Muse, Belle Flora, will celebrate an unforgettable blessing ritual with incense, sound medicine, and shamanic tea ceremony. Also here, it's important to mention that she is creating a personal blessing ritual after she has talked to the newlyweds. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.
Well, the property is gorgeous. All three of the properties are so unique, and they just beg for different personality types and different people that will fall in love with the individual aspects of each property, all wonderfully food-centric and wine-centric. The great thing about webinars is that we're able to record these wonderful sessions. So for the few people that had to log off to go to do something else, they can always come back and review. We do have questions, and Pamela, if you would like to go ahead, we would love to hear them before we finish.
Sure. So we have a question about the capacity for weddings at Borgo San Felice.
Thank you for the good question. So 60 rooms plus we have 2 villas. That means we can host about 140 people in the property. And frequently, if we have a bigger request, like the last one was 180, we can manage the accommodation with another 5-star property not far from us or another hotel. But the maximum capacity for us is 140 in the property plus the 2 villas. That the 2 villas can host about 25 people. So that makes totally 165.
Perfect. And what about the total guest count for a wedding? How many people could you accommodate in the property for a wedding reception?
180 is the perfect number, the maximum perfect number.
Okay, perfect. And what about in the chapel? How many people can be seated in the chapel?
The chapel were for about 25 people. The church is for 65 people.
Perfect. And since your property is a wine producing property, is there a minimum wine consumption for weddings?
No limits. No, no, we don't require minimum consumption. We require obviously to use our wines because in our production, but we have not a minimum consumption. It depends, for instance, the size normally of the wedding. Absolutely, maximum flexibility.
Beautiful. And then we have a question for all of the properties. Do you have rooms with 2 beds?
Ladies first.
Like,
Yes.
do you mean like 2 separate beds or 2 double beds? Because we only have double rooms. I mean, with 1 double bed. I mean, of course, we can put in a rollaway or an extra bed, but no connecting room or no room with 2 sleeping rooms.
Okay, yeah, they meant 2 separate beds, so that would answer that question.
Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. Sure.
Perfect. And Giovanna?
Same for us. We only have 6 rooms with twin beds, but any of the rooms excepted the deluxe rooms, they have a sofa bed. More of them, they have 2 sofa beds, so they can be used as the second bed. The villas, they can accommodate up to 6 people. So no problem about the accommodation. In total, we can host 80 people in 27 rooms.
Perfect.
Borgo the same, 40% of the capacity are cleanable.
Perfect, perfect. And let's see, Borgo San Felice, is there a noise ordinance?
What time do you have to shut off the music?
The maître de maison deciding, depending the music choice. Because the house, the dancing music, I love it. It could be no joking. With the exclusive use, normally we had a special agreement because we have the opportunity to send a letter to the neighbors and say, be careful in the coming days, you will dance till 5 a.m. in the morning. So normally we just take care of the volume along the night, but with the bay out, it's easier to manage, no problem.
Perfect. And now we're going to go to Sicily. What is the maximum capacity for a wedding on your property?
Normally, I mean, considering the backup, we can accommodate up to 200 people for a seated dinner. But outside, we can also reach the number of 400. But considering the style of the property, I would say that the perfect size, even for a wedding, is 80, 100 people, because they can enjoy all the areas.
Perfect. And do you have shuttles that will take guests to Taormina Center?
We can arrange it. Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Let's see. And in terms of the F&B, could a planner bring their own chef to the property to manage the F&B?
Normally, no. We do not. I mean, we do not accept any catering from outside. We do everything, considering that we do have 4 different kitchens just to manage, even if the property is so small, because we bake everything. We do the bread, we do all the pastries, we do have the pastry chefs, so not normally. Sometimes we accept to do like, a cooperation with our chef, but our chef should be in the property.
Perfect. And Danilo at Borgo San Felice, is it the same, or do you allow external chefs if it's, let's say, an Indian wedding or something of that nature?
So normally we offer our catering, but specifically, just an example, because we are now planning an Indian wedding next year. So on request, for instance, we will have a lunch with an Indian chef that will collaborate with our chef, but the catering is home-based.
Okay. And Inez in Castel Fragsburg, I know that you all have great chefs and they're very specific. Do you allow an outside chef to come in and collaborate with your chef? Oh, you are on mute, by the way.
My daughter was outside the door, so I had to run. Yeah, it depends on what the guests want. For sure, we can work in cooperation. I mean, it's only good for us.
Beautiful, perfect. And then staying at Castel Fragsburg, do you own your own vehicles that can take guests around?
Yes, we do. I mean, we have 2 cars, so if there's more people, we are working with a transportation company. But yes, we do have 2 cars which belong to us, which can drive the guests.
Beautiful. And are you a seasonal property or are you open year-round?
We are usually open from April to November and closed during the winter time.
Perfect. And we know that you mentioned encouraging buyouts. Is a buyout required or just encouraged?
For our property, as I mentioned, we need a buyout, but if there is a wedding with no more than 20 guests, we can also do that with no minimum nights restrictions. But as I mentioned, there might then be restrictions when it comes to music and closing hours, for example.
Perfect. And what is the normal cutoff for music? Which time?
Usually, if there's no buyout, it's 11 p.m.
Got it. Perfect. That is all the questions that I have. Planners, if you have any additional questions you are thinking of or have a client in mind for one of these amazing properties, feel free to send us an email and we can ask the properties the questions and connect you and start something really wonderful.
And quickly, I'll just say 2 things. We had a wedding, clients with a wedding planner getting married at Castel Fragsburg that unfortunately had to postpone, but all of the properties on this webinar and all that have been on our webinars and are on wedaways.com are fantastic to work with. They have been extremely flexible and extremely helpful in all the postponings and rebookings. And quickly, I'm going to do a screen share just to let you know that if you at any time want to go to Wedaways, you can see Borgo San Felice with all of their photographs, Monaci delle Terre Nere with all of their photographs, and Castel Fragsburg with all of their beautiful photographs. And of course, all the details of their companies are included, their beautiful hotels. And we just cannot wait to see all of you in person on one of our amazing fam trips. And we love all of you properties and your GMs. I mean, how lucky that we are 3 general managers on our webinar today. Thank you. God bless you. We love you. And we will see everybody next week when we are going to Mexico. See you then.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, bye. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.